Hello everybody, welcome to week 1 of English 102. This week we have quite a bit going on. Before you get started in the course materials, make sure you've read the syllabus and reviewed the schedule, and then you can begin working on your assignments. So I have a list of items here that you'll be doing this week. I put a due date on the readings just so that you can have them completed before you have to do your assignments. So you have a couple assignments due on Wednesday this week, a journal, a welcome and practice discussion board, and then just reviewing the Unit 1 materials so that you're ready to get started on the prep assignments for Unit 1. You'll have a discussion board on finding the questions, and then you'll submit your research proposal to a Dropbox at the end of the week. So here you can see just a little message about reviewing the syllabus. Here's your readings for this week. Yes, the readings are heavy. I know it's a lot to compress a 16-week course into an 8-week course. So take your time reading, learning to skim to find the important information that you need to complete your assignments will also be really helpful to you. They Say, I Say is a great textbook. They have some templates on how to include sources and how to put your own opinions into your paper, which a lot of students find very helpful. The Curious Researcher is one of my favorite textbooks. Bruce Ballinger wrote the book. He was actually one of my instructors while I was at school at Boise State University. He's wonderful, and reading his book is like having a conversation with him. He gives a lot of good ideas and tools that you can use to become a better writer. So I hope you enjoy this book as much as I have. For these textbooks, please make sure that you're getting the correct edition. For They Say, I Say, you should be getting the second edition with readings, and then for The Curious Researcher, you should be picking up the 7th edition. Just if you don't get the correct edition, then you could have problems with the page numbers not matching up. And in They Say, I Say, some of the essays we're using are not in the first edition, so you need to make sure you get the correct one. And then the other book we'll have for this course is the Little Seagull Handbook. It is supplemental. We will use it for Unit 3, but it's just a very brief reading and you don't really need the book for that part of the course. However, it is a good resource for MLA or APA if you decide to use that. So it's something good to have on hand. So if you got it for English 101, you're doing great. If you didn't get it for English 101, you might want to consider picking it up. Okay, so let's talk about your assignments for this week. So you have a journal that's due, and you're going to be completing exercise 1 in the Curious Researcher. And then after you complete that exercise for the journal part, I just want you to write about your past experiences with researched writing. And you can also add anything that you thought was helpful from that part of the reading. Now, in order to post your journal, you just click here on Journal Week 1. And then you would just click Create Journal Entry. I prefer in the journals that you just enter your information directly into the text box here rather than doing an attachment. It just makes it a lot easier for me to grade. So one thing that's kind of a pain about Blackboard is that you have to go back to where you were. So even if I go back, you can see the location of where I was. You actually have to go into assignments in the left sidebar and back to week 1 in order to get back into that week's material. Okay. The other assignments you have for this week, you have a practice discussion forum, and for this discussion, you should have read They Say, I Say, pages 1 through 16, and completed exercise 2 of the Curious Researcher. So I want you to write a couple sentences about your initial response to the ideas in They Say, I Say, and a few sentences responding to the bullet point in the Curious Researcher, page 13. What do you notice about the pattern? So respond to the initial posts of at least 2 of your classmates in addition to your own post. So really we're just trying to make some communication happen. So it doesn't have to be a lot of detail. I just want you to respond to them to have a conversation. Your other discussion that you will do later in the week is finding the questions. So before you complete this, make sure you review the Unit 1 material down here. and also that you do the reading. So you'll be completing exercise 1.1 in Curious Researcher, and you're going to write about that and respond to steps 1 through 4 of exercise 1.3. This is about like coming up with a topic. You don't have to do the topic that you choose right now, but it should just get you thinking in what direction you want to go for this assignment. And then just make sure that you respond to at least 4 other students' posts in this discussion board, and make sure that you're giving them some feedback on the questions that you find most interesting. So for the discussions, by the way, to access the discussions, you can do it 2 ways. One, you can click on the link and it should take you directly to that particular discussion forum. The other option would be to go through the discussion board in the left sidebar, and then you would have to pick that discussion in the discussion board. So if you just click on the link, it'll be a lot like the journal where it takes you directly there. And then you would just click on Create Thread to begin your discussion here. And again, you would have to go back through assignments to get back into that week. So the final information I want to share with you here is the Unit 1 Exploratory Essay information. I've got a Word document here that you can view if you prefer written explanations of assignments. If you want to download this file to your computer, you can do that by clicking on this drop-down box and clicking Download a Copy. I've also posted a YouTube video going over this assignment, so this should be helpful to you. There is closed captioning if you are hearing impaired, so be sure to click on that box. And you're going to submit this week your Unit 1 research proposal. One thing I just want to point out is that this essay is an exploratory essay. You're not arguing a point, you're simply exploring a topic. So make sure that when you do exercise 1.5 that you include all 3 parts, and that in part 2 you put explore, not argue. So you're welcome to just type it into the box here for the assignment, which again you just click on this link and it should pull up that assignment. Or you can do an attachment. For most of the major assignments, I have rubrics included, so you can click on View Rubric and see what you'd be graded on for this assignment. So just make sure that you're meeting all of these points and you should get full credit. So that concludes our week 1 video. If you have any questions about any of the assignments, please let me know, and I hope you have a great week.